Hello there and welcome to the Bit of Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United and Leeds fans. We can all just breathe a little bit easier, can't we now? Just calm and breathe because Leeds have won 3-2 at Elland Road against Middlesbrough. Another 3 points in the bag, 2 wins in a row. We're now unbeaten in 6 and I think unbeaten in 10 home league games. The unbeaten run at home this season goes on for that little bit longer. It's another 3 points, but it was a tense game, particularly in that second half. Was not comfortable at all, was it? We're unchanged from the Swansea home win on Wednesday night. Fair enough. The boys played well enough to keep the places. And you always fancy us to score goals, another 3 goals in the bag again today. But it's defensively where where the problems are really now. Again, we really, it's game management for me. We really need to start starting games better because I know we've given Swansea and Middlesbrough now, both of those teams, legs up in the first few minutes of games. I know we've come back quickly in both games, fair enough. And today was another example of that, a better example than even on Wednesday wasn't it? So, but yeah, we need to stop doing that. For me, that the goalkeeper is completely rubbish to be quite blunt with it. Yeah, not good enough at all. I don't know what he does. He's lucky in games that he doesn't do a great deal because some teams are just poor that come and play us, even at Elland Road especially. But when he gets challenged with a shot, he doesn't save, and we saw in the Premier League. I know it's even a step below, and he's struggling. But in the Premier League, he was poor. Even in the Championship now, he's still showing that bad form for me. Not good enough at all. First shot comes in from Leith, who, by the way, we made look like Ronaldo today. Really, for me, really poor. The way that we defended against him. I mean, I know he's probably not the worst player in the world, is he? But we made him look far better than he probably is. Um, it's a good strike, it's a good little bit of play, but excuse me, to his right side, he's got to be saving it. You've got to save that, and he didn't. And you know, and we go 1-0 down within the first 3 minutes. We were lucky that Middlesbrough didn't settle even for themselves before after that goal went in. So yeah, they were poor, and we got back in it. Byron floats the ball in from the left hand side. Dan James heads it in from a few yards out. It's 1-1 on five minutes, and then in the 7th minute, obviously Chris Somerville gets up above his markers and heads in. The keeper should be doing better. Palms it into his own goal. We're 2-1 up on 7 minutes, and it was a really quick start, and we weren't looking good defensively. Neither were they. I felt like they, particularly first half, obviously they really threatened us, and we couldn't seem to handle it. I thought Sam Byram had an awful match, if I'm being completely honest. Just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments there. Who played well for you, who didn't. But for me, it was all the defence that were the problem. That the attack is never the problem. We can score goals. Yeah, we see it. We know we can. That's 34 goals now this season. We know we can score goals in this division with the front attacking players that we have, and we did again today. But defensively, we went through a period of not conceding goals. Now we're conceding them for fun again. It's frustrating because, and again, we need to start starting games better. I thought Ampadu had a poor, particularly first half again today. Didn't improve too much for me even in the second half really. Yeah, I just felt like it was too lethargic, too sort of taking their eye off the ball a little bit today from Leeds. And Middlesbrough, are an okay, decent side. They've got pace on the counter attack, which they were really banking on it after they went down um, to 10 men. They really sort of thought, hey, you have the ball, that's fine. We're gonna catch out on the counter attack, and they nearly did, but if we go back to the first half, obviously it's a bit scrappy. We take control, I thought, a little bit better after the first sort of 25 minutes, where we just couldn't get control really of the game again, like Swansea again, who they, like Middlesbrough today, dominated really the opening knock-ins of the game, and Middlesbrough did. They looked threatening. Like I said, those three lads in particular for me, Melier, Pascal Strauch, and Sam Byram had pretty awful games, to be honest with you. Um, on the opposite side, I thought Archie Gray was absolutely fantastic, up and down in the first half. Had a hand to play in Cree Somerville's goal to make it 2-1. He crossed in, didn't he, from the right hand side. I thought he was absolutely fantastic, combative in his tackles, neat and tidy in his passing, up and down the wing, both attack and defence. I thought he was absolutely fabulous today. And he gets man of the match. I will put my player ratings on the Instagram account later on, probably today. But yeah, for me, Archie was great. The others in the defence, obviously Barjo Rodon, who I thought was good. I thought had awful games, if I'm being honest. That as well extends to Ethan Ampadu, who I thought was poor as well today. Yeah, but we get a penalty. It is a penalty. The lad had just come on the pitch, and I think he's been out for some time, hasn't he? Gave away a penalty, pulled back Georgie with his hand really at the end. He was scrapping on the floor, wasn't he? Boro shows Eminem, Slim Shady, how to do it, doesn't he? By sticking it in the corner there. Lovely penalty, and it's 3-1 on 38 minutes, obviously. Drop me a comment down below what you think of Patrick Bamford's new haircut. I had to do a double take, I think, when he came on the pitch, but fair enough, fair play to Patrick, and see if it does him any better in the goal scoring stakes, but let's be honest, probably not, but there you go. So it's 3-1 on 38 minutes, and then you start to think, yes, we've finally taken control of this after a nervy opening 40 minutes, 38, 40 minutes or so. But they didn't. Going into half-time, and it's again something that has cursed us over the last couple of games. We need to start seeing it out to half-time. It happened at Rotherham. It happened again today, didn't it? But obviously we benefited, off a late first half goal, didn't we, on Wednesday? But we just need to stop, letting teams in, because we were fully in control. If we go 3-1 up at half time, that's the game pretty much sewn up for me. Because although they had a good opening sort of 20-25 minutes, after that they weren't really doing a great deal, and the corner kick comes in. Again, it's Sam Byram's fault for me. Jermaine Beckford on excuse me, on LUTV, he didn't want to blame anybody because he's on live TV, and it's his team. But if you're being honest, it was Sam Byram, got caught under the ball, lost his man who was behind him. He doesn't even know he's there. And Lati Lath puts it in again. Like I said, we made him look very good today, and I don't think he's that good of a player, if I'm being honest. I think that was his second and third goals of the season today. He's not that good, but we made him, like I said, we made him look good. He goes in behind Byron, heads it into the top corner. We've got to see out the stoppage time of the first half, and then. But it would have been so much. Obviously, it would have been a lot comfortabler. Obviously, you'd have fancied us to go on and win it, and maybe even seal it with another one in the second half if we'd gone in 3-1 at half time. But wasn't to be. Second half was so tense, wasn't it? And it was horrible to watch, really. Jorginho should have seen us home, really, in the first few minutes. He should have scored. I know the goalkeeper saved it and the referee missed it, gave a goal kick, but he should be scoring that, shouldn't he, really? One-on-one, you'd have banked him on. You'd have banked him to score that, and he missed. And they didn't really do much, and we had plenty of the ball in the second half. We broke up their play well, I felt, to be fair, and had more control in the second half. It wasn't pretty to watch. It was tense. It was nervy, but if we're being honest, you didn't really feel in too much danger that Middlesbrough were going to score, and then you did towards the end because I think Leeds got a bit too excited and start throwing bodies forward and trying to get that fourth goal, which would have killed it. Um, obviously at that point, they're down to 10 men. Dirk Steele was sent off for a second yellow card. But even then, it didn't really change the game too much. I didn't feel we still had, excuse me, plenty of the ball. Um, just couldn't finish them off, and a bit too much sort of trying to score the perfect goal, I feel. But we got caught out, threw loads of men forward. There, as we see from the first half, dangerous on the counter attack, and they almost scored. Don't they? They play it nicely around our box. Lad gets in. I think it takes a deflection off Pascal Struijk, and you just think, oh, it's in, but it hits the post. And Rodon does exceptionally well to block the second effort because that's destined for the goal as well. And Melier collects it pretty comfortably in the end, and then we see it out, and that's it. And it feels like a big win, even though Ipswich and Leicester, I know they keep winning, they do, and we're still 7 points behind Ipswich in third place, and Southampton are creeping up the back of us as well. They won again as well. So I think they're unbeaten in like 11 games or something silly like that. I mean, we're six unbeaten now. But yeah, there's a lot of good teams up there who seem to keep the momentum swinging. So we'll wait and see, but we're hanging in there, and it was important we could hold on and got through that game, and we did. For me, like I said, we made it too hard for us, really. It was harder than it needed to be, really, in the end, I felt. But we need to stop giving teams a leg up. But we won the game. Fantastic. We move on to Blackburn next weekend, and we'll see how that one pans out. They've been beaten today 3-1 at Sheffield Wednesday. Could they be on a little bit of a reprieve, doing a little bit better over the last few games, haven't they? But Leeds have won. Happy days. Enjoy your evening and the rest of your weekend. Thanks very much for watching. Leave a comment there below on your thoughts. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks a lot. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.